Hello, my loves. So last night I was thinking about, how do we, as, people, I want to say, like, in the process of healing and recovery from a lot of trauma, abuse, and things like that, what does it look like to do the work around connecting in really generative ways? And one of the things that I had come across as I was processing this was like, what are the ways that I can connect much more deeply with friends and family and things like that. And then I was looking at the friends and the family that I have. And all of a sudden it hit me, or it struck me really deeply actually, that each person in my life, there's this idea, and I'm not down with it at all, where they're like, oh, if you don't like something in somebody, if you see something in somebody you don't like, it's because it's inside of you. I don't necessarily agree with that, because there's just some shit that I would never do, and I don't like to see it in others, and I would not do it. So I kind of don't buy that. But last night I realized, and it's like, it was so clear that, especially if you're going through, like, I'm in the middle, not even in the middle, I'm in the process of a massive reset in my life. And the reset is really about thinking about the quality, the energetic quality of my life, the people I have in my life, the engagement, or, whatever that looks like, the relationship with the people in my life. And how do I want to show it, like, more fully, and then what's aligned or what's not aligned. And as I was thinking about that, I was like, oh, wait a minute. How, because I noticed a pattern in my own life of attracting folks that are not, their integrity ain't right, their shit is a little crooked. And we're going to go with the idea of having an enormous amount of compassion for that. Absolutely. But really looking for what is happening, and realizing that the people that we are in, whatever type of relationship we're in with, they serve as reflectors at times, and as mirrors to show you parts of yourself, or parts that, or needs that you have that are not being met, parts of yourself that you're actually not taking care of or tending to, right? And that in the same way, they also offer the medicine of the thing, like, that you need to have mirrored and you need to have reflected. Now, bear with me, because what I don't mean by that is this idea, oh, like, if somebody's being really shitty to you, like, that they are showing you and teaching you something. Okay, a shitty person's just being shitty, right? Like, that's just the end and the beginning of the story. Having said that, what I mean, though, is, like, look at the people in your life, your closest people. What is the energy that they bring into your life? Who are they? Not in the energy they bring into your life, like, it's all about you, but what is the energetic beacon that they're holding? What is the energy that they, that you can dance with in your life, right? So let's say you have a friendship, and in that friendship, let's say this person always makes you laugh. Okay, that's beautiful, right? They always make you laugh, and this is the person that brings that laughter medicine into your life. Let's say that the same person that makes you laugh abundantly, right? This same person also, only calls you in an emergency, only calls you when they need, right? Now, that's a hard one, because sometimes, there's a lot of social reasons or sensitivities and things like that can be a part of that if we don't know that about the person. So I'm going to put that there. But having said that, what aspect in yourself, like, are you not, are you only nourishing or nurturing when there's a 5-alarm fire, when you only need? So, for example, we tend to do that with our health. We're like, oh, da-di-da-di-da, whatever. And the next thing you know, your ass is laid out in a hospital, or something's going on, and you immediately, like, then we want to get better, right? Unfortunate, a very sad human mechanism that can be supported and corrected. But anyway, that's for another time. But having said that, I think this matters, because I think when you're able to look at that, and you're able to see, not, oh, you got some nasty shit in you. That's why you got this nasty ass person. But more like, wow, that person is behaving, their behavior is this. And that's telling me that they're hurting in this way. What way am I engaging with myself that's like that, right? And there's this, like, how people treat you how you allow them to treat you or whatever. And I think, to a large degree, that's very true. I've done too much social justice work to realize that people will treat you to the degree that they have learned to be in relationship with another human and their intention behind it, right? Because I feel like that's a catch-22. But anyway, all right, back to what I was saying. The idea is that when we look at the people in our lives, or we look at any relationships that we've had, and again, relationships across the board, and when they have a lot of, like, if they have a lot of turmoil, well, that turmoil that's existing between you and the other person, there's a turmoil operating within inside of you. And the question is, like, what is showing up for me? So, like, recently I had it turned out to be a really awful experience, right? And the person treated me in a way that was very like, it was like they were discarding me, right? And there's a way that I can be like, that was fucked up, right? The person did something really fucked up. That doesn't change. It's fucked up. But when this thing becomes a pattern in your life, then the question is, okay, what is actually going on here? Right? The person was not only like mirroring the places of my lack of compassion and self-neglect. Make sense? Like, it's actually telling me about where I need healing, where I need medicine, not in relationship to them, because that's another story. It's in relationship to myself. So if somebody's being a certain type of way, whatever it is, whether it's light or shadow, or however you want to call that, that shit is also, wonky. But whatever it is, what is the way in which this thing is teaching me or being in relationship with me or showing me something? I do believe in that, but you have to be very careful with that, because you can be gaslighting folks like a motherfucker with your positivity shit or your shadow work shit. And that's not what we're here for. You have to respect that some people have experienced gaslighting, abuse, bullying, and things like that. And that experience is really, really important in understanding how to relate to others. So when you do that shit, you get gaslighted in your ass, you and your positivity. So it's really important to be able to distinguish when necessary what is going on. This is not about blaming. And this is also not about overdoing you acting like a victim. Shut the fuck up with that already. And you're acting like an abuser. What? Shut up already then. Right? Like, it's really about looking at what part of your life, where inside of your kind of, your whole beingness, are you actually stuck, or are you in a loop, or are you not being generous with yourself, kind with yourself, right? All the things that we want to give others, that we want to show up for others. Where are you not doing that for yourself? Because those become the questions. Because in relationship to that capacity, you build capacity for other things. That's all I wanted to say. I hope you have a good night, and I'll talk to you soon again. Adios.